Hello everyone, and I hope all of you are doing well today. So this is an answer to a question I've gotten before, and it is, do you need multiple statues to work with La Santa Muerte? And so it's not exactly a yes or no question, but generally the answer is no, you don't need multiple statues. Some people have worked with her without any statues, although usually you're going to want to get some image of her at some point, absolutely, because that's just what she seems to really like. So usually people start off with one statue. That's perfectly normal. Sometimes later on down the line somebody might get a second or a third statue. Some people are known to just get the three most common colors, which are the red, the white, and the black, in any order that they feel drawn to get them. But sometimes people might have random colors, like they might have a green, an orange, and a white, or a black, a red, and a pink, or any number of combinations. And you don't necessarily only need to have three. Obviously some people have 40 statues and they all may be the same color of Santa Muerte. Sometimes they might have 20 statues that all may be different colors or different designs. You really, when it comes to buying a statue, which I'll probably make a different video about, honestly, there's a lot to be said, but you really only need one image of Santa Muerte to make that initial contact. Me personally, I've worked with Santa Muerte for a couple of years, and I only own two statues. I have a large white statue. It's about a foot tall. It's about 12 inches tall. And I have a maybe 10-inch tall gold statue on the altar next to the white one. I don't have a black or red statue, although I absolutely am probably going to buy one soon. So from what I understand, it seems to be okay to just have whatever statue of whichever aspect you're working with. Now, if you're only going to work with an aspect maybe one time, then I would say probably don't splurge and buy a statue. Maybe just get like a candle with the image of that aspect on it or something more along those lines. If you plan on having like a more long-term relationship with a different aspect than the one you originally had, like let's say you have a white statue and you feel like you're trying to increase your psychic ability, so you decide you want a purple statue. Now, if you plan on doing it long term, you want to keep developing your spirituality, your psychic ability, you want to be more clairvoyant, then maybe it would probably be in your best interest, especially if you are talking about creating a long-term relationship with the purple, then you probably want to go ahead and just get an image of her. I find that it seems any aspect that I have a relationship with, it feels like I need to go ahead and buy a statue of it. Or sometimes she prompted me to buy the gold statue. I was prompted to buy the gold statue because the gold had stepped forward into my life and was helping me to fix my finances. And and I've also been prompted to buy the red, and I feel very soon I will be prompted to go ahead and buy the black one. Now, you don't have to buy all these statues. Statues can be very expensive. Not only that, but some of them can be very inexpensive, but those are usually like tiny little statues like the size of your pinky, which there's nothing wrong with using those at all. I have a small pinky size red one and black one. They came with a book I bought some time ago, but I don't really obviously work with those two little statuettes, I guess you could say. So you don't need multiple statues. You don't need to go out and rush to buy multiple statues. I would say just work with whatever statue you have. If you plan on working with certain aspects for very long term, then maybe consider buying that statue, but it's not really mandatory. Although it seems like sometimes Santa Muerte might prompt some people to go out and buy a certain aspect, statues. What's more is sometimes you might buy a statue, let's say you buy the red statue, and it turns out you don't really vibe with the red like you thought you might have. It's that happens sometimes. It's not that you have a problem with certain aspects, but sometimes people just have a stronger connection to certain colors, but that's something you kind of learn on your own over time. So that's why I wouldn't tell people to go out and just buy all the colors. I would say more like a one by one kind of thing and get a feel for each one maybe. If you have the money and you want to go out and buy like just some of the more common colors, then there's nothing wrong with that. And of course, I'm not anyone to stop you from buying anything you want for your altar. However, I always say, just get a feel for each aspect in your own time. Always take your time. There's no big rush to, collect all the statues. It's not Pokemon. You don't have to catch them all. You don't have to get all the 48 different colors, designs. Santa Muerte isn't going to look at you any differently if you have 40 different statues or if you just have 2 different ones. She's just, the statue is just for you to be able to make a connection, to help facilitate the connection between you and her. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. This is just a little brief explanation. If you enjoy this explanation, then be so kind and drop a like. If you want to learn more about Santa Muerte or about spirituality in general, then I absolutely urge you to go ahead and subscribe. You absolutely won't regret it. And that being said, I'm going to go ahead and stop talking. I will see all of you in the next one. Take care.